Hey everyone, welcome back to T-Facts. Today we have some exciting updates from the world of reality TV, specifically focusing on the heartwarming journey of the Golden Bachelorette. First up, world-renowned astrologer Susan Miller has weighed in on Joan and Chock's relationship, saying they have a good chance for success due to their harmonious astrological compatibility. Let's take a closer look at what the stars have to say about this couple. Next, we have Joan and Chock sharing their thoughts about not rushing into marriage. They've recently revealed their desire to focus on building their relationship outside the public eye before planning their big day. What are their thoughts on finding love after loss? Stay tuned as we break it all down. Then, in our third story, we're exploring couples' media tour following their engagement. They shared some adorable moments that showcase just how in love they really are. From cute banner to their spontaneous plans, you won't want to miss this. Finally, we'll dive into Chapple's response to some fan backlash he's received. Addressing concerns about his commitment, he sheds light on his past relationships and what he's building with Joan. This story is packed with emotion and context. So let's get into it. Let's kick things off with our first story. Astrologer Susan Miller has shared her thoughts on the newly engaged couple from the Golden Bachelorette, Joan Vassos and Chapple. Joan accepted Chock's marriage proposal during the heartwarming finale of the show, and Miller believes they have a good chance for success based on their astrological compatibility. Miller highlighted that Joan's sun sign is Capricorn and Chock's is Virgo, which makes for an auspicious match. She explains, the reason I like Capricorn with Virgo is they're both earth signs. They're both dealing with reality. That's so important when you make a big decision like getting married. They know what they want. They know themselves really well. Interestingly, both Joan and Chock share the same moon sign, Leo. According to Miller, this alignment suggests that what makes them feel emotionally comfortable and secure is rooted in similar elements. She notes they have a sense of fun. They want a little touch of luxury, so they will agree on those little indulgences. However, Miller points out that there could be one potential conflict in their relationship stemming from their Venus signs. Joan has Venus in Sagittarius while Chock has Venus in Virgo. This means that Joan may have a stronger desire to travel compared to Chock, who tends to think things through carefully. As Miller puts it, Chock is not generally likely to make quick off-the-cuff decisions because, as Virgos are analytical, Joan, on the other hand, loves to travel and must be sure that marriage won't hem her in. Despite this difference, Miller believes that Chock would be the best person to travel with thanks to his Virgo traits. She elaborates, the one person you definitely want to travel with is somebody with a lot of planets in Virgo. They love doing the research and want to start planning 6 months in advance to be sure not to miss any of the location's features and hotspots. In terms of assertiveness, the couple also shows strength in this area as Joan has Mars in Leo while Chock's is in Scorpio, Miller notes. They are both strong-willed. They both have their own opinions, but this is good. Conversation will be lively and each is interested in hearing the other's point of view. Also, one partner is not likely to dominate the other. After analyzing Joan and Chock charts, Miller expressed her surprise that such a strong match was formed on a reality TV show. She enthusiastically stated, "This could be real. They're normal, and I just feel they have a good chance for success. For they really have a shot here at lovely romance." The love story blossomed when Chock proposed to Joan after she sent runner-up Guy Ganzert home early, and the connection between the two was undeniable from the start. Joan shared her feelings during the finale, revealing that she hadn't pictured a future with anyone else until she met Chock. Stay tuned, because coming up next, we'll explore how Joan and Chock are taking their time to build their relationship outside of the show's spotlight. Now let's move on to our second story, where we dive into Joan and Chock's plans for their future together after their engagement was revealed during the finale of the Golden Bachelorette. The happy couple took a moment to share their thoughts with the media about what comes next for them. In a recent interview, Joan expressed that while they are excited about their engagement, they're not in a rush to tie the knot just yet. She stated, "We're going to get married, but I think we just want to exist outside the Bachelor Nation eye and just be like a couple together. This sentiment is important to both of them, as they navigate their new relationship outside of the public spotlight." Joan added, We've never been to a restaurant together. We haven't had any public time together. We haven't met each other's friends, really. To truly bond, they want to experience the mundane realities of everyday life, like going out to dinner, enjoying quality time as a couple. Last night was the first time we were in a car together. There are all these things we need to explore before we start planning a wedding, she continued. Curious about the idea of having a televised wedding, Joan shared her evolving viewpoint. I originally thought that I wanted something intimate. I've had a big wedding before. At this point, I feel like everyone who has invested in this journey and watched the show, I feel a little bit like they deserve to see the beginning of chapter 2. This approach speaks to their desire to involve fans who have followed their journey closely, hinting that they may give viewers a glimpse into the next chapter of their love story. Both Joan and Chock have faced significant loss in their lives, which has shaped their perspective on love. Joan lost her husband John to pancreatic cancer in 2021, while Chock's fiancée, Kathy, passed away after battling brain cancer in 2022. They spoke openly about learning to love again, with Joan stating, "Once I learned I could still love John and find room for someone else, I could finally let it in." Remarkably, Joan and Chock received their late spouse's blessings to move on and find new happiness. Joan elaborated, "They actually each told us while they were both on the verge of passing, you need to find love. You're both still young." This deep emotional connection has helped them both open their hearts to one another as they embark on new adventures together. The couple is looking forward to house hunting in New York City, aiming to set down roots in Manhattan's charming West Village. This next step marks a thrilling beginning for Joan and Chock as they navigate life together post-show. Stay tuned, because up next we'll uncover some adorable moments from their media tour that prove just how in love they really are. Now, let's move on to our third story, where we highlight some adorable moments from Joan and Chock's media tour following their engagement. After capturing hearts during the finale of the Golden Bachelorette, the newly engaged couple has been making the rounds, sharing their excitement and love for each other with fans. One of their stops was on Good Morning America, where they were asked a series of questions about each other. It was during this segment that their chemistry really shone through. The couple revealed some fun tidbits about themselves, noting they are both early risers, but Chock is the messier one and tends to complain more when he's sick. Their candid responses showcased how well they know each other, despite only just getting engaged. But the real magic happened at the end of the Q&A, when the couple playfully bantered about who loved the other more. Chock playfully claimed, "I love you more," prompting Joan to laugh and declare, "No, I love you a lot." They're a light-hearted exchange, not just cute. It was genuine proof of their deep affection for one another. They clearly enjoy each other's company and are committed to making their relationship last. As they spoke about their future, both Joan and Chock conveyed a sense of excitement while also being realistic about the next steps. Chock made it clear he intends to marry Joan. It's just a matter of timing. Their playful teasing about one another continued as they shared their plans to go on dinner dates and search for an apartment in New York City. Joan even mentioned that she never thought she'd say it, but she's looking forward to spending time in Kansas with Chock. In addition to their own relationship, they also look forward to blending their families. Both mentioned that their children have already met and hit it off, which is a significant and uplifting step forward for both of them. Soon they all plan to go to Disney World together for a family trip, further solidifying their new family bonds. Joan's dreams are coming true as she embarks on this new chapter in her life with Chock. Their journey has been filled with ups and downs, but their dedication to one another shines through in every interaction. Stay tuned, because next up, we'll delve into Chock's response to fan backlash he's received since the finale, addressing concerns about his past and his commitment to Joan. Finally, we arrive at our fourth story, where we take a closer look at Chapple's response to some backlash he's faced from fans of the Golden Bachelorette. After the finale, some viewers expressed concerns that Chock might be perceived as a man with no commitments, and he felt it was important to address these criticisms directly. In an interview with Us Weekly, Chock opened up about his past relationships, providing context to his current situation with Joan. He emphasized, "There's a little bit of backstory on this, and I want to explain this because I did catch some heat on social media for being a guy with no commitments. Chock shared that he was previously married for 12 years before going through a divorce. He also spoke about his long-term relationship with his late fiancée, Kathy White-Goree, who he was with for 9 years before her tragic passing from brain cancer. He explained, "We both had kids in elementary and high school, and she was very adamant about getting the kids out of school before we got married. That was a decision that I supported." Chock made it clear that he had strong commitments in his past relationships, and he stressed that his intention with Joan is sincere. "I wanted to show how committed I was to her and how much I loved her," he remarked, aiming to reassure fans of his dedication. Joan also chimed in, addressing their planned living arrangement as they navigate their new life together. She mentioned, "We know that we're going to spend time in Maryland and in Kansas, but then we have this really fun plan because both of us have always dreamed, and we're finally at this weird stage in life for making this dream come true, that we live in a big city, and specifically, we've always wanted to live in New York." Chock further reflected on the criticism he received during the bowling alley date on the show, where some fans felt he hogged Joan's attention. He explained, "It was just so natural that Joan and I were pulled together, and I could see why some of them were frustrated because they cared for her." This transparency about their past and thought their approach to their relationship highlights the depth of Chock and Joan's connection. Both are committed to embracing the future while honoring the memory of their late spouses as they continue to share their journey. It is clear that Chock and Joan are ready to build a loving partnership together. Make sure to follow us for more updates on their story, and stay tuned for our next episode where we will dive even deeper into the world of reality TV.